So what releases are you most looking forward to this year? Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video I'm going to outline the hot toys that are slated for release in this year 2023 that I'm the most excited about. And this marks the last day of my 12 days of Christmas playlist. It's that time of year. I don't like the end of Christmas. January kind of sucks, but look, at least this video, my thought process behind this is, look, although Christmas is over, 2022 is done, we can look forward to a brand new year in 2023 and the end of Christmas, and we've got some really good releases slated for release this year. So I'm going to count down my top 5, as my last, the 11 days of Christmas was basically all about 2022 and top 5s and 10s and thoughts on 2022. So the figure on screen, this might seem a bit sacrilegious. This is an honorable mention. It doesn't actually get into my top 5. Am I going to get this? Absolutely. Am I excited about it? Absolutely. But even though it's from my favorite Star Wars movie, and arguably my favorite scene from my Star Wars movie, or scenes even, the battle between himself and Vader in Bespin, in that like dark kind of smoke-filled room in Bespin. You had like the must have the dry ice machine going and stuff like that, and the iconic kind of orange lights on the stairs, and then you have because it's so dark, his blue lightsaber and Vader's red lightsaber. It just looked so cinematic, and it was great story development. Just a great first kind of real lightsaber battle that we saw. But at the end of the day, even though I'm excited about this and we were crying out, and I'm definitely going to get it, it's just a guy in a beige jumpsuit. And again, please don't destroy me in the comment section. I'm getting this. I just much prefer the actual snowspeeder look. I think there's a lot more going on, and that was my favorite figure in 2022. That this here, it kind of pales compared to that. However, this here is, like I was about to say, is from a better scene, but then again, that's from Hoth, and it's come on, Empire Strikes Back, no matter which part you pick, phenomenal. So I am really looking forward to this. This is like one of the figures I'm really anticipating this year. But my top 5, let's just take a look. Coming in number 5 is actually the Batman. It's the Hot Toys Deluxe Batman with Bat Signal. I went for the full set, because remember, like, if you know, there was shout out to Marco if you're watching, there was 4 SKUs announced in that day back in March. We had the Batman, the regular 1/6 scale Hot Toys Batman. Then you had the Batman Deluxe, which came with the base, a modular base with the steps and the gargoyle and stuff like that, and a few extra accessories, I think. And then you had the Signal on its own, or the full shebang, everything but the kitchen sink, the Deluxe Batman and Bat Signal, which is the set that I went for, because I just really liked it. All the bits and pieces, the Sunval's parts, fantastic. Like, so in fairness, like, what's not to like about this? It's a triple threat. Do I love the character Batman? Yes. Do I love the source material? Yeah, I thought the Batman was fantastic. That was a great movie. Like, it's not the Dark Knight for me. It's a 4-star movie though. It's maybe 4.5 depending on what mood I'm in. I think a 4-star is a good judgment on it. This has a bunch of swap out mouth plates. They've already updated the sculpt. I thought the sculpt was quite good. They've made the hair messy. I think the Robert Pattinson likeness is good. So it comes with an unmasked, high standard sculpt, assuming that the final product turns out as good as the prototype. You've got all those, the cowl is good, the proportions are good, you've got the wired cape, and it's leathery looking. I'm sure it's not leather, but I think InArt are doing a leather one. All the detailing on the belt and the removable die cast, I think it's a metal batarang comes out in that. Even like the details on the gauntlets, basically the details on the suit are on point. Has loads of accessories. You got some batarangs, some grapnel guns. I think you've got the shooting version, as well as if you just shot the batarang. Comes a few cards from the Riddler. You've got the wingsuit. I will actually display it like that, like for a while, not always, but I definitely will. The modular base with the steps from the Iceberg Lounge, and on the other side then it has the gargoyle base. Like, you could put him like in the wingsuit on top of that. That would look pretty cool. And of course you have the Bat Signal as well. It's just a pretty good all-in set. I'm very impressed with what they did there, and like they really couldn't have given you much more. So that's one of the figures I'm really looking forward to releasing this year. Coming in at number 4, it's Cad Bane. Now, I haven't actually pre-ordered this yet. I really need to get on that. It's a strange one. I'm really looking forward to this, and this is the only figure on the list that I'm not 100% about getting. So it's a bit like contradictory there. This is a unique looking figure that will stand out on the shelf. I think my hesitation is that I really didn't like the Book of Boba Fett, but I thought episode 5 and 6, that obviously he played integral parts in one of them anyway, was probably the best, probably arguably the best scene in episode 5 or 6, arguably the best scene in the Book of Boba Fett. But what do I pair him with? He could be standalone. I think he's that strong a character. I think this is going to look great. I think they did a really good version of him. Like, obviously originally he was in the Clone Wars. I really liked what they did with the live action. I know a lot of people saying his hat wasn't the right size, but no, it was exactly the right size, because this isn't based on Clone Wars. This is based on Book of Boba Fett. And I think if he had the same size hat in the Book of Boba Fett, if he had the same size hat, if he had the same size hat in the Book of Boba Fett that he had in Clone Wars, he probably wouldn't have shot Cad Bane, because that thing was huge. Some things work on comic books that don't work on screen. Some things will work in animation that won't work in live action. I thought they did a great job with the voice, with the skin texture and skin tone, the teeth, the scene, the scripting, the cut and sew here looks great, the accessories it comes with. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I am gonna get it, but I'm still I just haven't looked into getting it yet. If ordering it doesn't make, I'm not really making sense here, but I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's just I don't know what to pair it with. Number 3. Haven't ordered this, waiting to see if they fix the head sculpt. Now from this angle, head sculpt looks fine because the glasses are on, and I am going to pair it with pose it with the glasses 100% of the time. I'm never going to take the glasses off, let's be quite honest. Very impressed by this, because this character, I actually really, really loved his portrayal of Doc Ock in No Way Home. So Doc Ock, just a great character from the comic books. Spider-Man 2, I'm not a fan of the Raimiverse, but I still like the character Doc Ock. Loved No Way Home and loved this version and his role he played in it. Come on, the tailoring alone on this is impressive. Then you've got the tentacles with the swap out nanotech parts if you're going for deluxe. They are going to fix the head sculpt. JC Hong came out on the day that they announced this and basically said, this is not the final product, we're going to improve this, and still people lost their minds. But it does need improvement, because with the glasses off, it's not great. Number 2. This isn't just another Iron Man. It's not a holographic Iron Man. It's not a Midas Iron Man. It's not a House Party Protocol. It's not a Listerine Iron Man. It's not a Neon Tech Iron Man. This is not a gimmick. This is the Mark III. This is the one that started it all. The only Mark IIIs on the market now are the quarter scale, which is gorgeous to have behind me, or in front of me here behind the screen, or the Mark III diecast that's available now, which doesn't have any articulation in the waist. It has a swap out neutral base and twisted waist, neutral waist and twisted waist. I'll start it again. It has a swap out neutral waist and then a twisted waist. So you really don't have any articulation without swapping out the waist. I think that's a very strange design choice. So Iron Man engineering on these 6 scale figures has come along so much that they're going to fix that and give you waist articulation, which should be a standard, but anyway, you can see why they're 2.0 or 3.0ing this. Then you have that head sculpt, which looks very impressive. If it turns out as good as the prototype, everyone's going to be impressed. And they do a good job for the most part with Robert Downey Jr. A few missteps, but we don't talk about Tony Stark. It's going to be the right height to pair next to the other diecast Iron Man. Improved paint apps, swap out battle damage parts, your usual light up parts, a very impressive base. And if you got the deluxe kind of part, the special edition with the extra bonus part, which in fairness I don't get them because usually holograms I have no interest in, but for this one it's a Mark III helmet that has been crushed up, and I think this is necessary because you can pose him with the base as if he's just defeated the Ironmonger, and you have that crushed up, gnarled up Mark III mask. Yeah, so they are the that's 5-2. But the number one figure that I have this one on pre-order, that I'm looking forward to the most over any other figure which is due to release this year. Now bear in mind, a few of them here you might be thinking, why didn't you mention the Vader? Why didn't you mention the Toby? Because their windows, a lot of these figures, their windows for release is Q4 of this year or Q1 of 2024, and because I'm skeptical and a realist, I don't think they're going to hit their targets, and if they do, it'll be the latter end, so you're talking 2024. So there are a lot of figures here that I'm excited about. They're supposed to come out or may come out this year, but I don't think they are. They're more than likely going to come out 2024. But the number one figure that I am most excited about, that is due for release actually in Q1 or 2 of this year, is a quarter scale figure. It is the quarter scale Hot Toys Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. They have done this figure before, but they're doing it again, and they're including this base, which is actually a really beautiful big gargoyle base, and on the back of it, it has the 3 villains for the 3 movies. This is my favorite trilogy. Bale is my favorite Batman. The Dark Knight is arguably my favorite movie from my favorite director. How could I not do this? This is like a quadruple threat. And this suit, and the way I will literally set it up. If I was to criticize the DX19, it would be that they branded the Dark Knight trilogy and didn't include the backpack. And the Hong Kong heist scene is one of my favorite scenes in movie history of all time. Just the planning and the prep time, I know it's a joke that went into it, how he pulled it off, how he kind of adjusted the suit and had the backpack so that he could do the base jump off, use the sticky bomb guns to target the windows he wanted to go through. You know, the wings come out, and but just this scene where he looked like a SWAT team about to go in, it was very different to any kind of a Batman we saw before, and I really enjoyed the combination, the backpack, the sonar eyes, the sticky bomb gun, and it comes with a bunch of stuff. And I've heard people say that the Hot Toys quarter scale Dark Knight they've previously done, the 1.0 version, this is one of the greatest things they've ever owned from Hot Toys. So yeah, I was always going to be a little bit excited and passionate about this particular release. So look, this video concludes the 12th installment of the 12 Days of Christmas playlist. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, and if you want to let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this series, then I'll try to make it an annual thing. It was tough enough getting all these videos planned and scheduled before Christmas Day, but I think it was worth it. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what figures that are due for release in 2023 this year are you most excited about. I'm always interested to hear how people think and what they're excited about. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.